Hey guys, welcome back. Just finished up one of my workouts, and I wanted to hop on here and do one of my shows. And this topic this week of the Coach Brix show is on play versus training. All right, for most of the sports coaches out there, I should say strength coaches, they know what I'm talking about. All right, there's a difference between play and training. Huge difference. And when I was growing up, you hear parents talk about it all the time, as well as probably your coaches, and you kids are probably tired of hearing it, but it's true, is we played all the time outside. It's become a different society for some reason. I have no idea why, where it all changed. But during sometime in the mid-'90s, late 90s, I guess it changed, early 2000s, everything changed. And we've gotten away from the play part, and we've become the training part. And while I do training, I'm not going to lie to you, I love it, love doing it. I love adding in games to my stuff, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But we got to decipher what this play is. And this play is just going out and having fun, running around. And I talk to many parents, many coaches, many adults in their 60s, 50s, 70s, whatever, that talk about what they used to do when they were young. And they talk about the summers. They'd wake up, 8 o'clock in the morning, be outside, come home for lunch, go back outside, dinner, go back outside, the streetlights came on. And then sometimes they go grab their flashlights and go play flashlight tag till 10 o'clock at night, whatever. You know what I mean? But during that time, what many people probably didn't understand, and what I didn't understand when I was growing up, is how much training that really was. That was some of the best training you could possibly do. The different things that we did, running around, jumping off of objects, jumping onto objects, running through the creek, walking, balance, working on our stability, doing all those kind of things. That was actually training the body to prepare us for our athletics. Coaches didn't need 2 weeks to get us in shape back in the day. You know how you have 2 weeks, for high school sports to get you ready? We didn't need that. They started throwing plays and they ran us into the ground, did all that good stuff to us right off the bat. But they truly didn't need that because we were always outside. We were adapted. We didn't need heat acclimation. We didn't need that stuff. That stuff came about because people forgot to play. We didn't have AAU ball. We didn't have all year round baseball, all year round soccer, everything like that. We played typically 3 sports. You played a fall sport, winter, spring, in the summer, you ran around and just had a blast. Okay, but now we've become a society that you play that one sport, and if you don't play that one sport, the coach doesn't want you, and you're not going to get that college scholarship. Well, I'm here to tell you, parents, the chance of getting a college scholarship are slim. I'm not saying you don't work towards it, but they're slim. Very, very slim. So you need to wake up to reality, okay? I'd rather have a child that if they decide to go to college, if they don't, great. If they do, fantastic as well. And doesn't get a scholarship, but leads a healthy, productive life and not all beat up and hates playing sports as they get older. We need to get back to the play. The play. The fun times. The crawling over objects. The crawling under objects. Just crawling. You know what I mean? I watch my daughter. I'm very fortunate. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I have a 5-year-old. Greatest things in the world to watch. Greatest things to see how the human body moves. Okay? They're unbelievable what they do and how they do it. I watch my daughters squat, and I'm like amazed. I'm looking at them like, wow. Look at how that perfect form is. Also, look at how they run. Yeah, they might not move their arms correctly yet because the coordination isn't quite 100%, but they run pretty darn well. And then I look at 15, 16-year-old athletes that can't squat, can't get in a squat position, whether you have a bar on you or not, can't squat, can't run properly, we're all over the place. And I'm like, oh, man, what the hell happened? And it's because I think we've gotten away from the play part. The play part keeps us moving. The play part is what keeps us going. Did we fall out of trees and break ankles and bust shoulders? Heck yeah, we did growing up. That was part of life. That was part of it. And you waited 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever it was, to heal, and guess what? Boom, we're back out there. But I hear so many more injuries now with athletics. You know what I mean? With ACLs and shoulders and tears of this and tears of that. And I'm like, and you wonder why it wasn't so prevalent back then. You could say, well, it wasn't diagnosed that way back then. Well, maybe so. But still, more people are participating in sports. Granted, I agree with you. But what's causing this? And I really think a lot of it has to do because we got away from the play. Just the free play. I include that, and I mentioned this earlier, I include a lot of different games in my workouts. I give them a baseline of, okay, here's what you need to do. But then, boom, they go out and do it. I don't say, hey, stop here, lift this, do that. No, they go out. I give them an idea of how to do the drill, and they go out and have fun. And I'll tell you what, I don't care what age level I have. I've worked with guys that have won national titles, college athletes that won national titles. We play some of these games. You should see the smile on their face when they're done and how much fun they have. And it gets out what I still want to get out of them. It gets out the movement part of it. It gets out them thinking for themselves, okay, doing certain things. And it also gets out certain skills that I've worked on, that I want to work on. So it might be acceleration. Well, some of the drills are based off acceleration. These games are based off acceleration, deceleration, those kind of things. All things that go into athletics all go into game speed. So we need to get back to that playtime. We need to do it. As sports coaches, as athletes, yeah, drills are important, okay? I'm not saying they're not. Basic fundamental drills are very, very important because I really think a lot of those are not being taught either correctly. All right? And I'm not a sport coach, so I'm not here to condone, or yell at anybody. That's your job. I'm not into that, okay? But I'm watching certain athletes move and stuff like that, I kind of wonder what's going on. We need to be taught the fundamentals again, but we also need to have some fun and play. And it doesn't have to be just that sport play. It could be anything. You pick out a person on the team. Hey, you're a captain, you're a captain. Here's what I want you to take. Come up with a game. You got 3 minutes to do it. 2 minutes, whatever. Boom, there's your teams. Boom, 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 go. We used to play this thing back probably about 10 years ago called Ultimate Football. Okay, now people have heard about it. It can be any which way. I made up a bunch of the rules. I made it up from when I played when I was a child and then adapted some of the rules to fit me and fit the team that I was working with. But I came up with 2 captains. They picked their teams as they wanted to. Boom. And then they knew the rules. And I'll tell you what. Those guys worked so hard for me for about a month. Okay? Because they knew at the end of the month, if they worked their rear ends off, they got to play that game for one of their sessions. And the excitement on their face, and then they did it again next month because they wanted to play that game. They gave me everything they had. Every single thing, every single workout. Because they knew if they didn't, we're not playing the game. They busted their hump for me. And during that time, during that month, we still played some mini games in there. Okay, we did some different things. But that one game that I came up with and based it off of, football with some soccer in there. You can kick it, you can throw it, baseball. Took all these bunch of different things you could do. Basketball was involved where you took too many steps. It was a walk. It was unbelievable, the kids. And the teamwork and the camaraderie that they created. The team working together created that kind of stuff. It was amazing to see. And that's what it was. That's what it was growing up. It was about that play of working together with whoever's with you, your buddies and stuff, to create these fun atmospheres and have games and then create leadership. Somebody had to be the leader. Somebody had to take charge. Or the game wouldn't take off because you never know what the heck you're doing. And it did a lot of different things. I think we need to get back to that. That's what athletics is about. That's athletics. The movement parts. We can break it all down where it comes to strength, speed, power, explosion. Those things are all. But a lot of that was developed when we were younger because we didn't lift weights. Typically football guys were guys that maybe lift weights and maybe some wrestlers. Well, outside of that, everything was thought taboo. Hell, basketball players, if you shot, if you lifted weights, what would mess my shot up? We know that's not true. Okay? Soccer players never trained. Okay? That was never. You couldn't lift. Runners, all this guys. Nobody ever did that back in the day. So you wonder how you got fast guys, were they just born that way? Some probably. Some had some genetics. We're all just predisposed to a certain genetic code. But a lot of it had to do because we ran outside. Hell, if a guy was chasing me in a tag game, you don't think I'm going to run darn fast not to get tugged? We didn't have we didn't time 40-yard dashes to see who was fast. We saw it. You knew who was fast because guess what? That kid was taking off, and if somebody's chasing you, how to get somebody, you're going as fast as you can. That's what we're missing. We need to get back to that. We need to take that back. PE programs need to bring that stuff back. Kids need to sometimes be in charge of their own games. Come up with an outline of it, but then let them come up with it, man. Because this is going to create this. I'm all about critical thinking, problem solving, which we're missing in today's society, in today's youth. They can't problem solve. We need to get back to this, but it comes from that free play. That playing, not just training them over and over and over again at age 6. You got soccer practice. We're going to dribble the ball this way. We're going to shoot this way. We're going to do this. Screw games. You're never going to get your scholarship if you don't. That's what goes on. You think I'm kidding? Go see some of the practices I've seen. Yep, go see some, and you'll see. And probably some of your parents out there are probably shaking your head. Yep, because some of your kids were probably involved in some of that stuff. No, man, we need to get out there and just have fun. That's what it's about at those young ages. Grow, mature, understand how to play these games, how to move, how to understand your body. You know, enjoy that time because you're not getting it back. I'm sorry to say, you're not going to get that time back. You can't go back in time. There's no time machine. There's no Michael J. Fox out there with his, his machine and going back in time. It just doesn't exist. But we're starting kids so young in these organized sports, and we want them to gain these scholarships and all this kind of stuff, but yet we're forgetting about what really can make them better athletes, and that's just getting them out and playing. You know? If you got to get up off your rear end and go outside and play with them, go outside and play with them. I love going over to the playground with my kids. They do stuff I can't do anymore, man. It kills me. It kills me. So I work on it now because I'm not going to be embarrassed by my 5-year-old. I mean, she hangs on the bar and she crosses it with ease. Boom, boom, boom. And she's over. And I'm like, oh, jeez. She says, Daddy, you do it. I get halfway over and shoot. Struggling. You know? So I work on that stuff. So, I'm not going to be embarrassed anymore by her. But that's what we need to do. And parents, it's going to help you out too. Let's be honest. You need to get up and move. It'd be great. Maybe you might not do everything they do, but get up and move with them. If there's other kids on around. I live in an area there's not a lot of kids. So I become the other kid, but I let them come up with the games, and I'll chase them, and they'll change the game midpoint. That's fine by me. They're young. We just have fun. Just get outside and have fun. So there is a huge difference between play and training. And if we're not playing, and I'm not talking about just gameplay, I'm talking about just regular free play, we're missing out on this. Because this really doesn't matter. Okay, this part doesn't really matter, in my opinion. This matters. Getting out and creating healthy lifestyle for kids so they can develop it as athletes. Because this brings it up. Like I said, if I'm playing games with my college kids, and I'll come up with the basis of what I want, and they come up and then boom, break the teams down, stuff like that, and they have a blast at it, and they're laughing and joking and having just a good time for 15 minutes at the end of a practice, or 10 minutes at an end of a practice, then I accomplished what I needed to do. I accomplished it because they worked their rear ends off to get to that point to play that game. And then we got to that game, and that game shows me something. Because I'll film it and I'll watch. Okay, who still needs work here? Oh, there we are. Because he's struggling in this area. So we still need to address this here. Because now I can actually see what he's doing out there. All right? So play, train. Big difference. All right? Let me know what other topics you guys like to hear about. All right? I'm all about helping people out, helping us get better, helping us improve. Not just in the sports realm, but also in life. This is life, okay? Making a healthier lifestyle for all of us. All right, continue us raising the bar so we live, and we're not putting a burden on everybody else out there where, I'm sick all the time and I'm all this. We don't need to be sick all the time. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to stay healthy. We need to do these basic things, okay? Guys, get ready for the next episode, all right, of the Coach Brix Show. We're going to nail it again. We're going to have some fun. Like I said, we'll be doing some live ones here soon. Feed me the messages. Feed me what you guys want to hear. We'll do the research if I have to and get it on so you guys can continue to learn. Stay strong, stay blessed. Remember, greatness never rests.